Yes, the body has many different parts, not just one part.
Okay, Highland hitters, let's just start practice. Coach Mojo will arrive later and we're supposed to start without him.
I'll pitch.
No you won't. I'm pitcher.
No, the coach gave me a list. He wants us to practice at these positions.
Listen, if I'm not the pitcher, then I'm going home and taking my ball with me.
But I called it first.
Too bad.
If the foot says, I am not a part of the body because I am not a hand, that does not make it any less a part of the body.
I want to be the shortstop.
No, we need you as catcher. No one else plays it as well as you.
And besides, if I can't pitch, I'm going to be the shortstop.
I ain't playing catcher. I hate catching. I'm playing shortstop.
And if the ear says, I am not a part of the body because I'm not an eye, would that make it any less a part of the body?
We'll just both play shortstop.
Then who's gonna catch? We have to have a catcher.
Forget it then. I'm taking my ball and going home.
If the whole body were an eye, how would you hear? Or if the whole body were an ear, how would you smell anything?
Great! There goes our ball. How are we going to practice now? It's all your fault.
Yeah, your fault. I'm leaving.
Me too.
But our bodies have many parts, and God has put each part just where He wants it. How strange a body would be if it only had one part.
Well, baseball sure isn't fun to play by yourself.
No, it works much better when everyone gets along and shares the equipment.
Ugh, I'm bored. There's nothing fun to do by myself.
Sorry, guys. I shouldn't have got mad and walked off.
Hey guys, sorry I blew up and was so selfish. We're a team, and we need to play as a team.
You know what? This is just like what our friend here was quoting from the Bible.
Can you say it again? I wasn't listening. I was yelling.
The human body has many parts, but the many parts make up one whole body. So it is with the body of Christ. Yes, the body has many different parts, not just one part. If the foot says, I'm not a part of the body because I'm not a hand, does that not make it any less a part of the body? And if the ear says, I am not a part of the body because I'm not an eye, would that make it any less a part of the body?
So that's like kind of me saying, if I can't pitch, I won't play.
Yeah, having two shortstops doesn't make much sense. It's better to have different positions.
But our bodies have many parts, and God has put each part just where He wants it. How strange a body would be if it only had one part. Yes, there are many parts, but only one body.
Just like in baseball, there are lots of positions, but just one team.
The eye can never say to the hand, I don't need you. The head could never say to the feet, I don't need you. In fact, some parts of the body that seem the weakest and least important are actually the most necessary. And the parts we regard as less honorable are those we clothe with the greatest care.
We should do that in baseball too.
What do you mean?
Treat the right fielder with as much respect as the pitcher.
So God has put the body together such that extra honor and care are given to those parts that have less dignity. This makes for harmony among the members, so that all the members care for each other. If one part suffers, then all the parts suffer with it. And if one part is honored, all the parts are glad.
That makes sense in baseball and in church. We should all do our part to the best of our ability.
All of you together are Christ's body, and each of you is a part of it.
Does that mean even kids have a part to do at church?
It does. You don't have to be the preacher or a worship team singer on stage to be a part of God's team.
Sounds like God's team has no bench warmers. Or should I say, pew warmers? As long as we play the part that God, our heavenly coach, gives us, we'll all be winners. Speaking of coaches, here's Coach Mojo now.
Sorry I'm late. Had to pick up some of our players. I also stopped to pick up some donuts and healthy apples for our snack break. Hope you are ready for a good practice. If we want to win, we got to train hard and stay in tip-top shape. I expect you to give your best effort, but remember, I promise to always help you out. It's very important that we support each other and cheer each other on. We each have a vital role on this team.
Well, we actually learned a little lesson about teamwork before you arrived. I'll explain later.
Excellent. It's not easy, but it helps to know your teammates are there for you. Never forget that the Bat Boy and the Powerade provider and the sunflower seed supplier and the umpire are all part of our team success too.
Speaking of umpires, did you remember to bring copies of the rulebook for us to take home and study?
I sure did. It's important all of you know the fundamentals of the game to avoid costly errors. Any questions before we hit the diamond?
Coach, I was just wondering if you could explain how a sacrifice fly works.
Sure. That's when the batter intentionally hits a high fly ball so that the runner on third base has enough time to run home. The batter gives up a chance at a run for the good of the team. The batter is called out so that the team can score a run. It's like what Jesus did for us. He sacrificed himself so that we could go home to live with him someday. He's cheering us on too. So, Highland hitters, let's get out there. Grab your gloves, team. It's time to play ball.
Oh, man, can't wait for those donuts.
Who's that random lady anyways?